Never 2 in a row in it. And we kept 2 clean sheets in a row. That would sound wild at the start. So
You
that's
kept
why I
2
had
in
to
a row?
clarify to people. Yeah, we kept how we just play. I just said we played 2 matches. And Ahmed said we kept 2 clean sheets in a row.
Oh, what
So
were the
how
scores in both games?
This guy,
one was
yo.
one was
Yeah,
5. Fuck, you know, yo, this guy is hard work. Jesus Christ.
No, what
One
were
was
the 2
5.
scores then?
One was 5-0, and was the first one 3-0?
Wasn't
I mean,
1-0? Oh, am I completely mistaken?
No. We scored more than one that game.
I
Ethan
bet if
scored
I
a
went
banger.
and watched it, all it would be is, oh, look how well we did without Ryan. Look how well we did without Ryan.
Nah, we didn't
We
mention
did
you.
because we didn't give the ball away every 6
We
seconds.
didn't mention you. You know what I'm saying? It was
I don't
pleasant.
even have a bad pass completion rate, to be fair.
Yeah, because you don't be on the
You
ball
don't
enough.
pass
But
the
here
eye
we are.
test. You
But
don't
yes,
pass the
people,
eye test.
love anyway. Big up to everyone who's tuned in. Welcome to another Sarcasm City Sports Q&A midweek edition, people. Big up to everyone who's supporting Sarcasm City TV in whatever capacity. It's much appreciated and it does not go unnoticed. So large up to you lot as well. Big up to everyone who's tuned in. I don't know why you're saying that to Ahmed in the private chat, Ryan, but here we are. But
Yeah,
yes,
no,
love to
that's
everyone who's locked in. Make sure you hit the like button on the video, whether you're watching this live or watching this back afterwards. Hit the like button on the video, share it across all the socials, and subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV. And when you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell as well. Make sure you hit the notification bell when you do that. I'm here joined by 2 of my free co-hosts and a special guest as well. Ryan is in the building, Jan is in the building, and Ahmed is in the building. We'll start with you, Ryan. How you doing? How's your day been? It's been a minute since you've been on one of these Q&As, it feels like.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I think the last Q&A I was on was a members one on the Twitch, like last week. But in terms of a YouTube one, I don't think I've been on since we pammed you lot 5-0. I think that was the last one I was on.
Guy dipped out after the 2 poor results, innit? I see you ain't slick.
Nah,
You know what I'm saying?
because the Brighton one, I don't think we did one the next day.
Try to get his excuses.
And then I told you, but then I told you I had to take a break because I was busy in it, and that was well before the West Ham game.
You did say that. Yeah, you did say that. You seen the
and
bad result
I
on the
actually
horizon.
told you that before we beat Atletico 2-0. I
You
didn't
did?
come on the Q&A that night.
You did? Yeah.
Mind you,
100%
that was
you did.
because the car was stuck in a ditch, so I couldn't in it. So
You did. And
was
Jan,
stuck in
just the
a
city
ditch,
in the
wow.
building. How you doing, Jan? You good?
Uh-huh.
Right, is that all we're getting? How's your day been? Anything? Let's go. You chowing down?
Yeah, I'm eating Ritz.
All right, it's cool. Just say I'm eating, and I'll come back to you, Ahmed, my brother.
You
What are you
eating what?
telling me?
Yo,
Biscuits, Ritz.
Oh.
What are you saying, Ahmed? You good?
bruv, we're good. Now we're promoted. We got 3 games, 1 point to get the title. Armpits FC, let's fucking do it.
Oh yeah, he's talking about pro clubs. For those that don't know, you can check it out. There is a playlist on the channel that has all the pro clubs games. So it's road to Division 5. We're confirmed promoted. We just need 1 point for the title. We won 5 out of 6 in the league, so I don't know what's going on. I don't know why we've just all of a sudden hit form in this league. I don't know what's going on. I think it's just having more players.
We were
involved.
terrible Sunday, and then last 3 days we've been sourcing.
You know what it was? I think it was the thought of getting relegated, innit? It's like, yo, if we don't pattern up, we're getting relegated. Innit?
It was.
And everyone
it was.
patterned up from that game. Everybody patterned up.
when you win a couple of games really well, you take the momentum in it into each game.
Yeah. You do. And Manchester City, what are you saying? Are you blessing everything? I know you're chowing down. All right, cool. Jan is good.
You
So for
need
those,
to use your mic better, you know, Jan.
I'm in bed. Why am I going to get my mic?
All right, fair
Yeah,
enough.
you
You
were
allowed
leaving-
there, but
you
I'm
were to be
saying
in
there's
bed.
times when you're not. That.
you should be in bed. Go on.
What?
What did you say, Ryan? She's asking you, innit?
No, I asked you.
No, I don't
what
think that was me.
Well, ask me what? I said that's fair enough. That's
Oh.
what I said. That's what I said. It's fair enough. But yes, love to everyone who is locked in. And if you haven't seen Sarcasm City Sports Q&A before, it's where you lot in the comments run the show. You can ask us any sporting question, past or present. So any sporting question, past or present, feel free to ask us and we will answer. So it can be football, it can be boxing, it can be cricket, it can be tennis, whatever sport, UFC, whatever sport you lot want to ask us a question about, feel free to ask us. Make sure you get the likes up and subscribe to the channel. I know we've missed a couple of these Q&As, but that's just because everyone be busy and the schedule getting hectic. That's why NBA is back as well. So the
Everyone
regular
being
season.
flawless.
Say that again.
Everyone being flawless.
Yeah, everyone is me. I was trying to give you lot credit, but basically, if I'm not here,
Everyone
the show
being
doesn't go on,
flawless.
people. That's legit what it is. If I'm not here, the show don't go ahead. So that's what it is. So we're trying to pattern these in as best as we can, even though we have NBA regular season watch-alongs coming up. We know you lot enjoy the Q&As, as do I as well. They're always very, very good. You know what I'm saying? And the conversation. Absolutely. And that the conversation is always good as well. Simply because you never know where the conversation is going to go, because you lot can ask some questions. Ryan can have a moment which can take us down a rabbit hole for 40 minutes. Like Ryan will have one of his Ryan takes or something like that. Speaking of that, why are you out here deleting tweets? What going for that?
Oh, fuck
Well,
off.
go on,
Nah,
bro.
that was one
Nope.
in it.
Why are you deleting tweets,
Why
Mister?
are you
Respect my
deleting
opinion,
tweets?
back my opinion. Why? I'm asking the question. Why are you
Are you
deleting tweets?
related to Harry Maguire or
one
something?
tweet
Are
last
you Daisy
Friday,
Maguire?
bro.
You're
Like,
Daisy Maguire. You know what I'm saying? So did
No,
she did that. I'm gonna start calling you Daisy. You are Daisy Maguire from now
nah,
on.
because the tweet
Go on,
went
Daisy.
pretty like mad in it.
Wait, before you start, what was the tweet? Paraphrase the tweet. Obviously, we can't
Oh, I
get
don't
it.
know
We can't
what
get it. Paraphrase the tweet.
it was last Friday in it, and I got the delivery wrong. My delivery was poor when I look back on it, but like, I said, Trent, I love you, but Reece James is the level you need to reach now.
Okay, and then that tweet got lots of lots of likes, lots of retweets.
Yeah, I
lots
think
of
it got
retweets.
something like
You did being a dickhead robbed me of. You robbed me of a lot of my what's it called? Of my I was gonna read that. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, I'm gonna jump in bed and read these quote tweets of you getting absolutely cooked. I clicked on one and it just said fuck off. And I was like, this is where and the second one said shut the fuck up. And I was like, yeah. And you deleted it. So go on, why did you delete it?
It ended up getting something like 4.5k likes,
Mhm.
about 190 quote tweets, and like 400 odd retweets. So it went pretty mad, and I got like a K likes on that tweet in like half an hour after posting it. So it
All right,
went pretty
Daisy,
mad.
that don't answer the question. Why did you delete
That's
it?
the Chelsea fan base. You know,
I deleted it because I ended up getting too many. I ended up getting it. Obviously, I knew I was going to get stick. I mean, the Chelsea fans loved it, innit? Like the Chelsea fans proper lapped it up. I can't lie. Liverpool fans hated it, and I ended up getting a bit too much. When maybe the stick went a bit too far as it went on, and I just thought,
why you just
I
mute
need
the
to
tweet
stop
like a
this
normal
before it
human
gets
being?
worse.
Why you just mute the tweet like a normal human being?
Nah, I was like, bro, I'm like, I go to all the home games. I don't want to get battered outside the stadium.
Gonna
I
get
have to
battered
think of
for
my
that.
life here. Like,
I
Yeah,
see.
all the wild shit you say. You know what I'm saying? So if that would have got 10
yeah,
likes and
but it's
10 retweets,
different
would have kept.
when you're watching streaming. It's like when the tweet's there, the tweet is there in it on Twitter. Like,
Yeah, he ain't gonna
and
do
the more
that, fam.
people retweet it, the more people see it.
Fam, Saeed said Maguire is like Harry Beckenbauer. You know what I'm saying? And that, like,
Yeah,
you'd
but
be
the
fine.
United fans were
He
gonna
just
love
said
that,
that,
innit?
didn't he?
Well, most of the top Reds would have
No,
loved that, innit? That's not
they
anything
didn't
bad.
love that. They didn't love that. And all the
This
Ollie
is
shit. Look at
this
the Ollie
was me
tweets.
slandering
He
a
tried.
homegrown player who the fans love.
Reverse that. He trended. Say he trended that day.
Oh, was this a protest?
That's how much stick. Yeah, he trended that day. He was trending. His name was trending that day.
Saeed's
when I
got
don't
more
want-
guts than me, then,
I,
innit?
yeah,
Fair play to him.
I don't want to hear from you or respect my opinion after you out here deleting tweets. That's all I'm saying, innit? I back my opinion, respect my. You don't respect it. You know what I'm saying? Because what you said,
Bro,
yeah,
when I
was
look
wild.
back, the delivery of it was quite poor, to be
The
fair.
delivery is
I can't lie.
trash. The delivery is trash. You know what I'm saying? We know this.
Bit like Ryan on Pro Clubs.
Look at you two friends, honestly.
Right? That's not to do with friends thing. That's just funny. That's just facts. People go watch the games back. See how many times you be playing against us. You know
I
what I'm
don't
saying?
think I've ever that tweet that went mad though, to be fair, I can't lie.
Say that again.
I mean, I still can't believe how mad that tweet went. Like, honestly, it was actually funny because the Chelsea fans absolutely loved it, innit? Like, but fucking hell, yeah.
But you lot get your questions in. Make sure you do that, and don't forget, if you are a member of the channel, your comment or question takes priority like a super chat on the Q&A. So that's for super chats and for members of the channel. So if you see me going to the same questions all the time, to the same people all the time, that's not me ignoring you. That's just the membership taking priority. And if you want to become a member, the link is underneath in the description as well. And we'll start with this because when the server says huge XA equals expected armpits for the next Pro Club stream. Yeah, it's been a minute since we've lifted some silverware. It's been a strong minute. It's been a couple seasons because we got promoted, but we didn't win the league. This time we don't win the league.
We've certainly had like probably our best season ever.
How many games do we have to win the league?
4, I think.
Three
left.
Three.
We only need one win.
Is it? Wait.
Yeah.
Have we not won 5
we need
games?
A point.
Have we not won 5 games and lost 1?
We've played 7 in a row.
We lost one when that game we almost drew in the last minute.
Well.
Yeah, exactly. So we had 6 out of the last 7 we've won.
Yeah. Huge
Now that is
We played left wing today.
I did.
Ahmed.
And guess
big
what,
up to-
Ryan?
go on.
I never gave away the ball.
Danny says, big up my people. Large up to Danny. Noah says, big up the panel, man. Timo says, Ryan, it's never too late for a transfer request to my team. Hey, if you want to go play,
I'm not joining a team that's got the word Chelsea in it. Like, nah.
Hey, if you want to go join the worldwide Chelsea team, I give you are open to listen. You are open to talk to other clubs. Feel free, fam.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
I'm
I've
putting
got
it
a
out
team
there.
waiting
Delete your
for me
tweet.
back
You might as
home,
well be a
innit?
top
Like,
Chelsea fan.
Is it? Hey, I'm just saying you're
Bro,
open
I've
to
got
talk
a
to
team
any club
waiting
you
for
want
me
to.
who are miles better than us. So like,
Hey, you can
don't
go play
worry
with
about
them,
it,
fam.
but I'm choosing
I'm
to
not
remain
concerned.
loyal.
Go
innit?
join Simp FC, bruv.
We don't
I'm
need that.
choosing to
Nah.
remain loyal, innit?
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
talking
not
about my
with that.
mates from back home who are like cold at FIFA, innit? Like,
Hey,
we
I'm just
almost
letting
won
you
game
know you're
one
open.
purely
You're
on
open to
vibes.
you're open to conversation. That's what I'd say. High Tech
Let's-
James got
let's-
interesting
Put
question.
you on the
there.
transfer list, innit? So
He said, which league has the best looking trophies? In my opinion, is Serie A.
that's a
I don't
good
even
I
know.
don't remember what trophies
I
look
love-
like that.
I
Go
love
on.
the Premier League trophy.
It
I
is
don't
nice,
like-
the Premier League trophy.
I don't like the I think with the Premier League trophy, I like the fact that it's got them little lions and then the crown. I love that, and the fact they can take the crown off. I quite like that. But I think the I don't like the plates, like the Bundesliga.
Oh yeah, I don't like
And
that.
the
We all
Dutch
know-
teams have a plate as well, don't they?
We all know what the best
Yeah,
looking
they do.
trophy is in European football, and it's the
Oh,
Coupe de
not-
France.
Yeah,
Easy.
oh my god!
Not
Easy.
this
Got a petition to get that trophy cancelled forever.
Why? I'm doing Coupe de France watch-alongs once PSG enter it. I'm doing Coupe de France watch-alongs.
The Serie A.
Yo.
No, I don't like the Serie A trophy. It looks a bit
Hey,
like
hey, hey. We
Yo,
don't
you
just
know the
yet.
Premier League
Wait,
trophy
hold up,
though.
Hold up. We're not just skipping over how good looking the Coupe de France trophy is. Just putting that out there. That is the best looking trophy.
Even look like? Is it that gold
It's not-
cup? Looks like
No,
a.
ain't no cocoa. It's exceptional. So you don't even know when you're just running your
Oh,
mouth
mean,
about it.
silver
I mean,
one.
personally,
Well, the
I
Coupe
think
de France is actually a nice
The
trophy.
Coupe de France is an absolutely lovely
It's
trophy,
nice.
and it's the most it's the most
It's a
prestigious.
BTEC
It's
FA
the most-
Cup, but
It's
it
the
looks
most
nice.
prestigious. It's the most prestigious domestic cup competition in Europe. No one don't care about a trophy. Arsenal have won more
For a
times.
BTEC
Arsenal have won the FA Cup more times than anybody else. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah,
what
no one
Black's saying
cares
on the
about that,
FA Cup.
innit? Like,
Yeah, no one cares about the FA Cup. So
Yeah.
there we go.
Yeah.
But
Personally,
now,
yeah,
but you know about the
bro.
Premier League trophy is that
Silver
it is actually quite very nice looking, but because obviously I was able to go and take a picture with it for once, and I probably won't be able to for a long time at the moment. Looking at like it, but like it's actually quite small. You know, it's actually a smaller trophy than what you think.
What?
The Premier League trophy, you think it's actually a bit bigger, but when you see it, when you're there in person, it's actually smaller than what you think.
I've seen it close up, but I've never actually. Yeah, I've gone and taken a picture with it. It was quite big.
Yeah, because I had a picture of it when we won it, and it is actually smaller than what you think.
Question to you guys, player.
actually, just on
Go
that
on, fam.
question.
Go on.
Out of all the trophies, I think the Champions League has a very, very nice trophy.
Champions League
I mean-
trophy is the best looking. 'Cause-
Yeah, I mean, Jan
You know
wouldn't
what
know
I-
anything about that one,
Yeah.
but it's a very, very nice
Coupe de
trophy.
France.
It's not a good looking trophy. That it's
Nah,
not.
you know what it is about the Champions League trophy?
Like-
It legit looks like a proper trophy. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah,
It legit. When you think of a
Yeah,
big
but it's
trophy,
not
it
like
is a big trophy. Like, and it looks like a proper trophy that you have the big gauge, you hold it like that. That's a proper trophy.
Yeah.
Like, I love the Champions League.
I agree.
Trophy.
It's a
I know,
very,
Jan,
very
you
nice
might be
trophy.
saying that because there's not one at the Etihad, but like, it's
Yeah, I mean,
both
Jan,
got
you're
one.
not used to seeing that trophy, but that's
Yeah, I
alright.
know. I know it's your way of like putting it down, but like, it is a very nice trophy.
Let's go.
Not that much game yourself. Fuck it
Let's
up.
go. Talk about
It's a
it.
very nice
I'm not
trophy.
used to the Premier League trophy either, but it is what it is.
Yo,
Let's go,
I've got a
Fight
picture
back,
with
Jan.
both. It's cool, innit? You just
Fight
got
back,
to
Jan.
once, so yeah.
And Ryan's only seen it once. It is what it
Fight
is.
back. Fight back.
I've seen
Jan.
it once, but have you seen the Champions League one?
Fight back,
Yeah.
Ryan.
Uh,
Fight back. Well, yeah, it's definitely without
All
time
right,
to
Jan,
finish.
come to the Anfield tour with me. You can take a picture with it there, innit? Actually, you can take a picture with 6 of them, so it's cool. Take a picture with 6 of them.
Or I could just go Real Madrid and take a picture with 13, but I don't want to, so I'm good, thanks.
Yeah, but you don't want to get a flight out. You just drive down the road, innit? Drive up the motorway a little bit.
No, all right, thanks.
Come and, it's
Nah,
not an
the
expensive
the
tour.
League Cup shit. I'm not one of these people that's going to claim that it's the best because we win it all the time. I'm
Line.
saying off what looks the best. Then
Okay.
I'd say the Premier League, then probably the Champions League in terms of what we can win, then the FA Cup, then the League Cup. That's what
No,
I.
this
No.
is
The
funny about
World
City
Cup
fans,
trophy is
innit?
the
City
nicest
fans always do
trophy.
anything to downplay the Champions League in some
I'm
sort
not
of way, you know.
downplaying the Champions League. We're
No,
talking.
you are. No, you're not the only City
Right.
fan who does it.
No, we're talking about what trophy looks nice. I don't know how we've gone from what trophy looks nice to what trophy is the most prestigious. It could be the most prestigious, could be a plate. The
Nah, the most no. The most
is a plate,
prestigious is
no.
wait. The most prestigious is the
Flawless,
Coupe de
don't say
France,
it.
and the best looking is the Coupe de France, domestic cup. 100%.
I was going to mute you for a
100%.
sec, but I didn't have
Out
time.
of all
domestic
trophies,
cup.
though, World Cup
the Coupe.
trophy is the nicest in my opinion.
It's the
I
Coupe
like
de
the
France
World Cup.
talking
Yeah, I
domestic
think the
cup.
World Cup's the nicest looking.
I do like the World Cup. The World Cup looks like as a
I
trophy.
like the way
It does.
that it is. Yeah.
All right, Mohammed here says, "Who are your players/teams of the season?"
This
The
for
so
the
far?"
league.
The Europa
Yeah,
League.
Well, play is easy. Play is the
Europa
easiest
League-
one. Like,
Go on, Jan. Finish on that
I
point, and then we'll
was
get to
just
the.
going to say the Europa League is more prestigious than the League Cup, but it's uglier than the League Cup. So that's what
yeah,
I'm
Europa League's a weird one, you know.
It's not good looking at all. But that's what I'm saying. It's not because I'm hating because we haven't won it. It's because it's literally uglier than the League Cup.
Europa League looks quite big, though, you know.
Yeah, it's just a big cup.
Yeah,
One
it's
of
a
them
big
ice
because
cream
I've seen it in the museum at Anfield. It's quite a big trophy actually. When it was the UEFA Cup, like
Yeah. But yeah, who the player teams of the season
play is
so far?
easy. Like we don't even have to debate that. But
Sadio
like,
Mane, true that. All right, teams.
shut up.
You gonna say?
The player of the season so far is Bernardo Silva. And
He's up there. He's up there in all seriousness.
team of the season so far, I don't know.
Chelsea.
Are you talking team of the season like
Anyone's been
best
that
right back,
impressive,
best?
to be honest.
No. We'll go through the players, and then we'll do a team between us four because this is a
I
question.
thought he
gonna get
asked
posed.
about an actual
Four City
team.
players get in.
No,
by
he
the way.
said both. He said player and he said team as well. He said player and he
Right.
said team. So player is the season so far. It's Salah, innit?
Yeah.
It's gotta be Salah.
Yes,
Can I
well,
say which City players get in the team now?
Well, we'll do that
Well, we'll go
shortly.
through the team.
Who's your player? Who's your player first and foremost, Jan?
Okay, so yeah, I'd say probably overall you'd have to go with Salah, but I don't.
I'm not
think
sure if it's you'd have to go. I think it's
Bernardo-
definitely Salah.
Salah,
Yeah,
I think.
taking him. Yeah,
No,
taking
I
him
think it's
cheap.
Listen,
not even a debate.
Exactly.
United fans would agree.
Jao
it's
Cancelo
Salah.
walked into that team before we even start. Let's be honest.
Yeah, Buck and Cello left back. That's cool. He gets in.
He
Obviously.
walked
No
into
one
that
cares.
team. Bernardo gets in. Rodri gets in. I don't care about Declan Rice. You can stick your
Nah,
Declan.
Rodri gets in. Also, Rodri.
All right,
gets in.
why are we shifting? Right, start from
Yeah,
the
let's start from
the back.
goalkeeper first.
Goalkeeper, man. You lot are
Okay,
joking.
goalkeeper.
Who's the goalkeeper?
Mendy.
It's got to be Mendy
Yeah, probably Mendy.
so far.
Like David
Okay.
De Gea deserves an honourable mention, but it's Mendy.
Well,
Yeah.
Nah,
I'll
it's
happily
definitely
go with
Mendy.
Mendy saved Chelsea quite a few times, so it's
I'll go with
definitely
Mendy. All right, right back.
David
I'm
De Gea
going
was the only reason why
Livramento.
you didn't palm us even further, Jan.
Well, all right, right back. Who we
I'm
saying?
going Livramento.
Well, Jao
Yeah.
Cancelo's been playing on the left, so
Yeah.
put him on the left. So
All right, so who's
Reece
the no?
James.
Who's the right back, Jan? Not the left back. Who's the
Gotta
right
be
back?
Reece
the
James.
right
Gotta
back.
be Reece
I
James.
think
Yes.
Reece James has been good this season.
You're saying Reece James. What are you saying, Ahmed? Let us
I'm
know in the
right.
chat as well,
Reece James.
people. Right backs.
Reece
You're saying
James,
Reece
100%.
James.
Yeah.
Ryan.
I'm going
That
Livramento at
Arsenal
Southampton.
player's been good as well. The Arsenal guy.
No, we're not having an Arsenal
not
guy
playing
in
enough
there. He's
games,
not
though.
being as good as what you think.
But
just
he's
not
been
playing.
I'm
good.
having him in.
I'm not saying no. I said Reece James, but I'm saying the honourable mention.
Nah, he's not even that guy. That Arsenal
Alright.
guy ain't even an honourable mention. They're overhyping him.
If you look,
It's James or Livramento for me.
all right. If you don't want to go Reece James, that's cool. I'm happy to go Reece
Yeah,
James.
go with
Are you
Reece
sure?
you
I,
wanna
don't
go
you think
James.
Livramento deserves to get in?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
then it's 2-2, and then all right, we'll put it to the chat. I'll go Livramento then,
I
and we'll
go
ask the chat.
Livramento.
Right, you said
so.
Livramento. I've said Livramento. Both Ahmed and Jan have said Reece James. So we'll go. What's it
Got
called?
like
2-2.
four Reece James in the chat. 5.
We got 4 Reece.
At the
we got- is
moment,
it
yeah, but
your
yeah,
Reece
hell,
James?
Chelsea fans in there as well.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm really not like fussed like that.
I mean,
Reece
it's
James
close,
left back.
isn't it?
Go on.
Personally, if anyone's going to say Reece James, fine, but I'd personally go Livramento.
All right,
Yeah.
At the
all
back,
right, we'll go Reece James. All right, left back. What you lot saying?
Cancelo.
Gotta be
Cancelo.
Cancelo.
All right, Cancelo. 2 centre backs. 2 centre backs.
Rudiger's
Rudiger.
1.
What
And
about
then-
me, who conceded the second least after Chelsea? You're gonna put
I'm not
City
putting Diaz. I've seen Diaz has some shaky moments. He's not getting in.
Yeah,
Nah, he's
yeah.
been good this season.
Diaz has had some shaky moments. He's not. I don't think he's done
Not-
enough to get
Yeah,
in
but
this.
who are you? Unless you're gonna pick another Chelsea player, there's no one that's conceded less.
Yeah, because you're a very good team.
You know what?
You're a very
Maybe
good
just put
team.
Thiago
I don't think
Silva
Diaz
in.
has been good
He's
enough
the
to
only
get
one
in.
that's played every game.
I'm not even putting any of my centre backs in as well.
Yeah,
I
so
just
you
don't
can't
think Diaz has
do
been good enough to
conceded
get
very
in.
much.
Yeah, you can't be putting in Q-tip in there, bro. Yeah, that can't happen.
Yeah, I'm not putting any of mine in, but Nah, I don't think Diaz doesn't deserve to get in
I'll
so
put
far.
Thiago Silva in there. Personally. Thiago
You said
Silva.
Thiago Silva.
Thiago Silva's a shout, but then
How
I'm
many
trying to
games
think
has
anyone
he
else,
played
to
now?
be honest.
I
How many
mean, we're
games
talking
has he played?
defense, and Chelsea has the best defensive record in the league. So
He plays
Laporte-
centre back for West Ham.
But he got sent off the other day. Saying that Reece James got
it's
sent off.
Diop and that
Oh,
other
Bonner
guy,
got injured,
Bonner.
didn't he? He's got knee ligament injury, I think. I'm trying to think who else.
Zuma
Zuma
also
was good
plays.
actually for West Ham.
Zuma did play well against us. I can't lie.
Jan
can't
has
really
Laporte outdone Diaz.
Laporte, I'd only say
Laporte's
that
been
game
shaky
against
as well.
Palace, the game against Palace. Yeah, but you say shaky, but they didn't concede a goal for ages, and then they conceded.
Yeah, and then Salah put him in a split for Anfield.
Who's
Yeah,
this?
but Salah's a
Laporte.
good player. It's not like
But come on, you can't just say that. He put Laporte in his.
yeah,
in
but
a
you
split.
don't want to put Diaz in, but then you're
You
saying
mean the way De Bruyne put
what I'm saying is
Fusic
we conceded a third of our goals to Liverpool. A third
Yeah,
of
so
our goals.
and Diaz made a mistake in that game as well. He was at fault for the first goal in that game because he let Mane run off him.
So wait, who are we going with? We got Rudiger as one.
So,
Who's the other?
I don't know.
Rudiger's
I'm
one.
just saying Thiago Silva and whoever
What?
else, the
This
Chelsea
is going to
one.
pain me to say
We're
it.
putting the Chelsea
Oh.
ones in because they've only conceded 3, but the
Who you
team
got?
conceded 6. And we
This
played
is-
all the biggest teams away from home. All of a sudden,
right.
one of ours was a penalty that we conceded as well. Do you know what I mean? So it's not like
I just don't think any of your centre backs
Yeah.
deserve to get in from what I've seen. I'd probably.
2
This is
penalties.
going to hurt me
I'm
to
happy.
say it.
What
I'd
do you
probably
got?
say Gabriel's done well at Arsenal. I can't lie.
Yeah, but he has
I'll
not
go-
done Thiago Silva. That's not.
Well, I'll go with Thiago Silva. Really.
I'd probably go
I'm cool
Thiago
with that.
Silva, to be honest.
We got
So
Reece
do
James,
I.
Thiago Silva,
Go Thiago
Rudiger,
Silva.
Cancelo. All right, who's playing holding midfield?
Rodri.
Maybe to me. I was gonna say Rodri. I thought I was gonna have
Yeah,
to go with
Rodri
Rice.
can get
You're
it.
right. I'm happy with Rodri. I thought I was gonna have to go
Rice has been good, but in that
Yeah.
red.
Nah, Rodri's
Rodri.
been
Alright,
very good.
who's the
I don't
two
think he's better than
midfielders?
Fabinho still, but Rodri's
Probably
been very
Bernardo
good.
Silva is one of them.
He has to be in
Yeah.
there. Has to.
Bernardo's in there still.
Probably
Alright,
him
the other
Bernardo
as well.
Silva,
midfielder?
who's the other?
I think Kovacic did really well for Chelsea up until he got injured.
It's
Um,
Chelsea out, but they are top of the league, so it makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, what? I'm trying to think of anyone else, to be honest. Like, Pogba started the season well, but then he fell off a bit.
Yeah, it's a hard one.
We got Bernardo, Rodri.
Kova. Maybe.
Hmm.
Jorginho,
Hmm.
I don't know. Who plays in midfield
Bernardo
for
Silva's
City?
already in, Daniel.
Yeah, Bernardo Silva's in. Yeah.
Yeah, and how's Gundogan done this season?
He's been alright. But
I
I
don't know
don't
if he's done
know
enough to get
get
into
in
this
there.
team, though. Like, what about Tielemans?
Oh, that's a shout. But nah, they've been awful this season.
But then he's done well from what I've seen. He's done all right.
Yeah, for a few.
I'd probably go
Wow.
Kovacic.
You know what?
Gallagher's a shout, you know.
Shout. He is. He's
Gallagher's
very
a
Gallagher's a shout.
impressive youth, but I don't think he's been one of the the. Three
I'd
best
probably go
midfielders in the
Kovacic
league.
personally.
Yeah, probably.
He was really impressing me before he got injured. He was very good. I'd probably go
How many games
Kovacic.
has he played? Let me check.
And I think he's
Check
played
how many
enough games,
games
to be fair. He only got injured a bit ago.
Yeah, I think he's.
I'd probably go Kovacic.
One sec, let me check how many games he's played in that. If he's played enough games, I'm happy to go Kovacic still. You know what I'm
I think he has played enough games.
I don't even know how many he's played. Where we need
I'll
an
have a
actual
look.
stat guy. Yeah, I'm having a look here now. All right, he's played 9. All right, we can go Kovacic.
That's enough. Yeah, go Kovacic. Yeah.
I'm all right. All right. The right winger, Salah.
Salah.
Left winger.
Oh.
Foden.
Phil Foden's a shout, to be fair. Phil Foden's a
Nope.
shout.
Nope.
What do you mean?
I don't
No.
think so.
No.
Nah, Phil Foden's a shout. still.
Not
Honorable
having
mention.
Phil Foden. I'm not having Phil Foden on the wing. That's been
I
better
would have put him
wingers.
in.
What about Trossard at Brighton?
He's been better on the wing than he has been in. Gabby was good at the start.
Oh, I've got a shout.
If we're going
Maxwell
back,
Cornet from Burnley.
Right, yeah, that's a shout,
He's bored out, I can't lie. Especially in that shit
Man,
team.
I'm useless at these, man. Like,
Maxwell
I know
Cornet's
it's
a
the chat.
shout, you know.
Let us know in the chat what you lot telling us.
Damari
I don't
Gray.
know.
Yeah, Cornet.
But then I don't
yeah,
think
why
I
not?
think he's fallen off a little bit.
Nah, but still, he plays for fucking Burnley, and he's been.
Yeah,
dragging
I'd probably
them
go
out the mud.
Cornet to be fair, and then Antonio
I.
up front.
Yeah.
Antonio has to go for it. Yeah.
Yeah, Antonio's up front, but like I'd probably go Cornet. I can't lie.
Yeah, I'd go Cornet as well.
I go,
He's done
especially
well.
because you're doing it in a Burnley team. Like, come on, man, innit? Like, you gotta get.
Are we
rated
really
for
putting
that.
Cornet in there? No, we're not doing
Bro,
that.
he's actually balled out.
I'm
shit.
VOing
He
that.
has
We're
been
not putting
playing
a
very
Burnley
well.
player in the team. What, better than a Rafinha?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rafinha's
Yeah, but
been-
Rafinha plays on the right wing, so he's not
Yeah, that's
getting
true,
him
but you
ahead of
can
Salah.
add him on. Like, this is, you would never
Like, I'm
play
just thinking
midfield.
about Burnley.
If we're doing it on that, then yeah, put Rafinha in. But like,
Yeah, like we could do
Or
that.
does-
I'm just using that as an
or
example. We're not
do we
putting a
actually have
Burnley
to
player
leave
in the
out
team of the
Foden?
season.
Because I do think Foden probably.
This is not what we're
deserves
doing.
to
In
get
that. I'm not saying big club bias, but you can't put a team who've they've won like one. What, they won one game this season.
Yeah, but he's balled out. If we're being honest,
Yeah, you
like
could say
in a
that,
Burnley
like,
team, man, come on.
You man trying to put like, has he balled out to the point where he should get in team of the season? So he's been better than Phil Foden.
All right, maybe not. To be fair, I think I
Should
said
be
I
better
think
than-
Foden probably deserves to
I'm
get
asking
in.
the question:
But like,
Is he better?
Actually,
than,
Emil Smith-Rowe is a shout. He
nah, I'm not
actually
putting
been doing
Smith
well.
Rowe in, man. No.
He has been doing well this season.
Nah, and he's not done any better than. Nah, Foden's been better than him this season, man. I can't
Yeah,
lie.
but Arsenal tax is hefty in it.
Yeah,
Nah,
but
we
still
need a-
Burnley
we need a
tax,
left
but we're
winger.
not putting Cornet in. Like, it's
That's what I mean, bro. Like, there's context to these players.
Yeah, I know, but if we're being honest, there's not been a player playing on the left who's been better than Foden, to be honest.
Oh my
Nah.
God.
There has though. Like,
I'd go Foden. I can't lie.
Oh my God. Okay.
I know, why?
You want to put Foden on the wing?
Yeah, I put Foden on the left.
Odin plays everywhere. He's not got a position.
I
Yeah,
put
but he
Smith
plays
Rowe
on the
wing
right.
before
I'd just
Foden.
go
He's
Foden
actually
there.
better on the wing than he is when he tries to play him as false nine, but that's what
I
it
actually
is.
think left wing's his best position, to be fair.
Yeah, that's where he's been best. But then, yeah, I think because can't really play anyone else.
I suggested Trossard, to be fair. He's been very good for Brighton.
Yeah, Trossard has a shout.
I'd go.
Trossard is a shout.
Trossard's a chat. I suggested him before.
Yeah, let's go Trossard, innit?
You want to go Trossard? I wouldn't mind that.
I wouldn't mind
Benrahma's
either.
a shout. That's a
Yes,
shout.
Brighton certainly deserves a player in there.
Yeah, I
considering
think
the
Brighton.
position they're
If
in.
Brighton get a player, it's Trossard. I'm happy to go Trossard.
So am
I'm
I.
happy to go Trossard. Yeah.
Nah, I feel better, man.
It's either Foden or Trossard. I don't mind whichever, to be fair. As long as no Smith Rowe or anything, like, no.
Up the Seagulls.
Yeah, I'm not having Smith Rowe in. Like, no.
Bro, he's done well this season. I don't
people
understand why you hate him.
Hwang at Wolves.
Nah.
I think he's done well, but I think Trossard and Foden deserve to get in ahead of him. I can't lie. Benrahma as well.
And Ahmed, yeah. Ramadan will.
And then Antonio up front, easy.
But nah, like Brighton needs to have a player in there. No
Oh,
way we
100.
can't
Yeah,
put-
Brighton deserve to have a player in
So
there.
let's give him
Definitely.
Trossard in.
Trossard has balled out
Where
this
are they
season.
in the league right now, Brighton?
Still in top half, I think. They've
yep,
drawn quite a
definitely
few
top
games
half.
recently, but they're still
Yeah.
top half, I think. They came to us and packed us. They're in 7th.
Oh, okay.
Level on
That's,
points with
that's
United.
massively overperforming for their standards.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
They were in the top. They were in
You know
top
what?
four at some point.
They are managed quite well because that second half against City they were good. Obviously, we already won the game in the first half, but they were good in the second half. Can't lie.
What, who,
Yep.
Brighton?
Yeah.
But we all agree Antonio's the striker, right?
Yeah, Antonio's a striker. That's not
Okay,
a debate, yeah. That's not a debate still.
Right. Since Flores not here, it's got to have to be Trossard on the left.
Yeah, I'd go Trossard. I think Flores would be okay with that as well, to be fair.
All right.
Yeah, but I think that's team. So who's been manager of the season? I'd have to go Moyes, I can't lie.
Who listens to
Moyes there.
Yeah, so far. Yeah. To get
So far,
that.
I don't know.
it's gotta be Moyes.
I don't know. Like it depends on what you measure it on. Because Tuchel's done well, best out of all managers we expected, whereas Moyes has done extremely well
Yeah,
and we didn't
what
expect
less
it.
expected, yeah.
Moyes has got them in 3rd place, whilst also having to contend with the Europa League Thursday nights, and also he's done well in the Europa League as well. So the fact he's doing well in both competitions, and he's not got a big squad there, I think he deserves big credit. To be fair, I can't lie.
Yeah, he does. I'm not saying he doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go with him then.
Yeah, I'd probably go Moyes. Hey, this moving on from that, different question. Should Frank Lampard successfully coach an academy team before becoming an assistant at a Premier League team? I'll go to you first on this, Ahmed. What do you think?
You know what? You know what Lampard has to do? Go bang in the Championship, bring a team through.
Yeah.
And when you've done that, take over a Premier League club. The fact that he got that Chelsea job so early, it's clearly just, nepotism. So like he didn't have the merits to be taking over a club of that stature. It doesn't matter what you did as a player, you haven't done it as a coach. So that's what he needs to do, in my opinion.
I'd agree with that, to be fair. I mean, going from, failing to get Derby into the Premier League to managing Chelsea Football Club,
Didn't he get Derby from sixth to sixth or something like that in one season? Like he didn't actually move them forward.
Oh, he didn't actually. No, he didn't. In terms of that, but what do you also think of him rejecting the Norwich job?
I don't think he rejected the job. I believe
idea.
the negotiations broke down. He was probably keen to take it, but probably made some demands that Norwich wasn't good with. Not to mention, I think Dean Smith's a better manager, especially for them.
Oh yeah, and I agree, and I don't even rate Dean
The
Smith
thing
that
is
way.
with it is with him, if he started his career, like you say, at Derby, didn't do too much with them. Then he's gone to Chelsea, which was way too big a job for him. He's not been successful at Chelsea. Like he did okay, but Chelsea have a good team, so he shouldn't be doing okay with Chelsea.
Yeah.
And then he's obviously it deteriorated in the second season, so he got sacked. But the thing is, if he goes and takes over Norwich now and they get relegated, he's just adding a relegation to his CV.
Yeah.
Well, let's be honest, they were going to go down anyway, probably. So it's like pointless. It's pointless adding a relegation to his CV unless he's thinking long term. He takes them down and then he brings them back up. But it's not guaranteed that they'll come straight back up either. So I think that job, like if he's going to take a job, he's better off taking like obviously he's not going to get it now, but like a Palace kind of job where they're probably not going to go down anyway. They'll stay in the Prem and then he's got his time, but there's no expectations for him to win a trophy. Because like Vieira at the moment, he's performing really well with Crystal Palace. But if, for example, they lose 5 games in a row, his job's not going to be at risk. So he can
it's not going to be. No.
and as long as he does okay in the cup competitions, he'll be fine. Whereas he's not expected to win anything. Anything that he does win will be a major thing because Palace haven't won a major trophy before. So I think he's in a really good position. I think Lampard probably should have waited for a job a bit like that. Like a stable, comfortable club, do you know what I mean?
He basically rushed.
Maybe followed a path similar to what Gerrard has.
Yes.
That's what Gerrard says. Gerrard says he should do that, basically.
Like what Gerrard did was smart, innit? I don't know what he's gonna do with Villa. I'm gonna have to see how he's gonna set them up. But in terms of Lampard, like the only thing I could say about Lampard that was positive is, at the very least, without transfers, he got Chelsea in the top 4. But the fact that after that he did what Oli did, which was get all the toys he wanted, and then it got worse. Just like our Oli right now, he has all the toys he'd ever need, and it's getting worse. So it's one of them ones where, like, go back to the championship, and if you can bring it, listen, winning the championship is no easy task. Like, if he does that, he will actually have some. He actually deserves credit if he could do that, and it'll add to his CV, and I think he should do that. But again, his name alone means that he's probably going to be able to land a Premier League job, which he probably shouldn't do.
Yeah.
No, he hasn't got the credentials to manage a Premier League club at the moment, anyway.
Yeah, he's just got his name in it.
Yeah, it just comes down to that at the end of the day, 100%.
People underestimate sometimes how, like, it's just by having, if you have a good team and good players, it doesn't always mean success. Do you know what I mean? And I think people thought, because it's Lampard, club legend, and he's brought in all this talent, Chelsea are going to be like winning the league or challenging for the league, and it didn't look like that till Tuchel came in and obviously put him in a better position going into the season.
That's the difference between an amateur and a master.
Yeah, and
anything. It's not just football. In any aspect in life, when you see an amateur versus a master, you'll see the difference between.
Yeah, exactly.
At the end of the day, like, the players are tools, innit? They're tools to achieve a certain goal, and you can't make a butcher Butcher's not an artist, in it. Like he's not gonna paint you the Mona Lisa. It doesn't matter what kind of paint and what kind of brushes you give him. It's the exact same with football.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that still. Yeah. As Paco says, Jan, have you ever took a picture with the Champions League?
Have you?
Actually, isn't Paco an Arsenal fan?
I don't know.
I'm sure he is.
Even
Paco, who
if
do
he
you
is,
support again? Because
unless he supports Liverpool and he's been to the Liverpool Museum, he wouldn't have. He might have taken a picture of a replica, but he ain't taken no picture with the Champions League trophy, so you can keep it moving, innit?
I'm sure he's an Arsenal fan. And if he is, then have shame saying that. Noah asks question for Jan and Ryan. Winning the league at Old Trafford or at
White
is that White Hart Lane?
White Hart Lane, yeah.
Old Trafford all day. I don't care about White Hart Lane.
White Hart Lane? No, that's weird.
Yeah,
Gives
yeah.
a
I'd
damn
rather
about
win
White
it
Hart
all
Lane.
Is that White Hart Lane?
I think it's got to be, hasn't it?
Isn't it? They've changed their name now to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, innit? But yeah,
just looks like a giant toilet.
You know what? Winning the league at Man United would be nice, but I wouldn't get a ticket because Man United away tickets are like gold dust. So I'd rather win it at home. It's better when you win it when you're there.
Yeah, I hear that still. I hear that. But then you'll always have those bragging rights if you.
Yeah.
OT. So there's a lot of ways you can look at it.
But
still.
even like, was it not last season? Was it last season? It might have even been last season where we could have won the league if we beat United, and like they bent over backwards to beat us because they knew.
Was that when you were 2-0 up?
No, I don't think so. I think that I can't remember.
No, it's not it's not the Pogba masterclass. It's not that game.
No, it's not that one. But there's been a few times where United have been like, "Shit, City can win the league," and they've stopped us. But then both times, I think they've lost midweek and won us the league anyway.
Yeah, that sounds like
it happened twice. It happened against Leicester, and there was an against West Brom a few years ago.
I remember the West Brom one.
Anyway. That was a good night because all the City players like went out to the pub and were celebrating with the fans and stuff. But I thought that was nice. Vincent Kompany went out. I think Zabaleta went out. They all went to like the local pubs and stuff. Which is cool.
Z's got a question for you, Ahmed. Would you take Lampard over Ollie?
Honestly? Oh, oh my days, that's a hard one. You know what? I think I'd take neither.
You have to take one though. You have to take.
I'd take at this point. Listen, if every other manager in the world for some reason was taken and they had a clause in their contract where they specifically cannot come to Man United, and Lampard was the only one, yeah, I'd take Lampard in that scenario over Ollie. In that specific scenario, I'd rather actually just have a piece of wood or a cardboard cutout of Sir Alex instead, like rather than both of them. But
I hear that, man. Mohammed asked, question for Jan: would you buy a left back in the summer, even though Cancelo might get dropped? He's been balling out there.
I mean, obviously not getting into details, but you're probably going to have a player who's going to have his contract terminated. So
yeah, I think we've needed a left back for some time. We've had Delph in there, we've had Zinchenko in there. Then we got a certain person, and he was good at the beginning, and then he deteriorated probably when his crime started going up. So yeah, definitely he has to. The club have to let him go. A lot of people they make the club should have done this, that, and the other, but in situations like that, it is in the eyes of the law, even though I don't agree with it, you are technically innocent until proven guilty. So you can't go sacking your staff until it's officially proven. So I think
if he was to,
the club can do
there's not much the club can do at the moment. They've suspended him. They can't do any more than that. If they
suspended him on no pay as well, so they are cutting ties with him. So I reckon
suspended him on no pay.
Yeah, apparently.
But the only way they can terminate is if he was to plead guilty to any of his charges, then they terminate it instantly. Yeah. Then they're allowed.
I think they will.
There's probably a clause in there.
Yeah,
it happened with Adam Johnson.
Yeah, they're gonna do it because it will say, like, every contract will probably say if you commit a serious crime, you know, you can.
And you're convicted of it, because obviously as soon as you plead guilty, you're convicted.
Yeah.
So they can
Also,
terminate his
it'd be a
contract as soon as
fucking
that
PR
happens.
nightmare if they didn't do it. So they're 100%
Yeah.
gonna do it.
And the thing is, like,
They
if
have to.
the thing is, they can't. There's not much they can do, but they will get rid of him. They will. But they probably want to just make sure they do it legally, because you're better off having him on your books, and in this sort of situation where he's in jail anyway, then you terminate his contract too early. He pleads not guilty, gets found not guilty, and then he sues you for whatever.
Yeah, that's what can happen. Yeah.
It's the club will probably just do it. Our club have a lot of lawyers that will know exactly the process, so they're just probably following the process. But yeah, it's just one of them sticky situations. There's no way he can come back from that, even if he gets found not guilty. I don't think he would be not guilty.
Well, it happened with
but
ex-Sunderland player who we talked about when it was his trial a few years ago, and obviously he pleaded not guilty, and then and obviously Sunderland still played him, and as soon as his trial started, he changed one of his pleas, I think, to guilty. As soon as that happened, they terminated it.
Yeah.
So as soon if Mendy, sorry, was to if Mendy was to plead guilty to any of his charges, they'll terminate it instantly.
Yeah. Well, I'd hope they do it anyway, because could you imagine his life if he came back? Could you imagine? Everywhere he goes. Oh my god. I think he gets murdered. They just can't. Flawless wants to marry me. That's nice. Do you know what I mean? Big up Flawless in the comments proposing. It's all right.
Yeah. And make sure you keep getting your sporting questions in, people, as well. But Jan, another question for you actually from Smooth Micah. What are your thoughts on Sterling and Arsenal rumours? I didn't even know they were rumours, but I'll let you carry on with this.
Yeah, so basically what it is there's been rumours for a bit that Sterling wanted a new contract, and apparently he wanted £350,000 a week or something like that.
Wow, really?
Yeah, which is quite a lot in terms of our pay structure. I think it's almost as much, if not as much, as De Bruyne. So it's one of them. It's there's not many players in our squad that are on that much anyway. So he wanted that. The club were like in talks with him. They were saying they think they're going to get it done. I'm not so sure. Now I think he said maybe he wants to leave because obviously his form hasn't been the best. I do think Sterling plays better with an out-and-out striker. That's why we see good performances for England and not so good performances for City. To be fair to the club, they did try and get Harry Kane, so they did try and kind of help him out in that way, and it didn't work. So I don't know if he's going to leave now. But to be honest, if Arsenal get him, that is a very good signing for Arsenal. I know a lot of Arsenal fans are saying they don't want him and this, that, and the other. They're basing it off a player who is a confidence player. So the thing is with Sterling, if he scores, say he plays and he scores 1 week, the next week he'll be on fire because he's a confidence player. Once he's got that confidence, he tends to continue it on into the next game. And that's why you see when he's having like the season of his life, it's really, really, really good. And then when he's playing poor, it's really poor. So it's just one of them things.
Sterling's one of those players where it's not a lot of middle ground.
Yeah. He's either
very good or he's very bad.
Yeah, or he's not effective at all. But the thing is with him is at Arsenal, he would play every game. So even if he's having a bit of a bad game, he'd probably
get game time
next game, and then he would score, and then he would get the confidence. And I think he'd be fine. I think the fans would love him. At first, they might be a bit like, but
no. Arsenal fans, if Sterling went in, they'd love him. Yeah, he's probably their biggest signing, and he'd definitely be their most high-profile player at the club.
Yeah, he'd be good.
The thing is, though, like if Newcastle stay up, I could see them going for him.
He could
ball out under Eddie Howe. I can't lie.
Yeah.
You know what? He's a good player. He's really good. I think
personally with him, I just don't think
to be honest.
I think he's a good player, but I don't think he's top class or anything. That's for me. But if he was to go to Arsenal, it's a great signing for them. But I just don't think he'd he'd go. To be honest,
just not a good move for him.
I don't think it's a good move for him.
Some Arsenal fans are saying that they don't think he'd come if they haven't got Champions League football. Because
he definitely wouldn't.
This is what I said about Newcastle. Like Sterling, like don't get me wrong, he could maybe go there and try it. But the thing is, he's basically giving up being in a Premier League title race every season, pretty much, whether we win it or not. Do you know what I mean? Being in the Champions League consistently every season, and like to be fair to City, we don't tend to go out in the group stage or the round of 16. So he plays quite a few rounds into that. Then he plays the League Cup. We tend to go quite a few rounds into that. And then the FA Cup, we tend to go quite a few rounds into that. So he's giving up all of that game time. You know, even if he's on the bench, he still probably plays more than a team that play 38 games a season. Do you know what I mean? So it's just, I think for him to give up all that, it would have to be something that he's really like.
Well,
it's gonna be
going from. He'd be going from a team that has won Premier League titles over the years, got Champions League final, won multiple trophies, competing at the highest level, to go into a team that can't even make the Conference League. Like, I'm not being funny. He's not downgrading himself that much in it. Like,
but the thing is, imagine City, because this is what was happening with Sane. Because Sane left Man City, and he was like, he wanted to go home, but he wanted to also win the Champions League. If City had won the Champions League last year, I think Sane would have been kicking himself a little bit. Like, don't get me wrong, he wanted to go home, but I think he would have been thinking, I literally left City.
It's a bit like the Coutinho thing.
The trophy. And I think, like Coutinho. And I think if Sterling left and we won the Champions League, he would regret it big time. So I think don't get me wrong, I think he would leave if the right sort of offer. Obviously, people forget he's from North London. So to live at Arsenal is to play for Arsenal would be basically to go back home. So it is attractive for him, the same way it was attractive for Leroy Sané to go to Bayern Munich. So it is attractive in that space. Talking about Barcelona now, I don't think Barcelona would be able to pay him what he would want to be paid. So that's probably why he's not going to Barcelona.
Do you think Arsenal would?
They're more likely to be able to afford it than Barcelona. Barcelona are a mess. Dani Alves has gone back playing for what is it?
Euro a week or something like that. He's saying all that. We all know he's going to get some.
Yeah, he'll get endorsements. But the thing is, I think from a City perspective, would I be heartbroken if we lost Sterling? Probably not. But at the same time, I do like Sterling. So I don't know. The thing is with City is we need players that we can kind of rotate, so we're not like, I don't know, it's kind of like, you know, when you talk about like players and who we need and stuff like that, like I know if Haaland comes in, Haaland can start every week, because we don't have, apart from Delap, who's not really made it yet, we don't have an alternative. So it's not like a Sergio Aguero is going to be sat on the bench going, can't believe I'm on the bench because of Haaland. So him, it makes sense. So
you could get him in Jan because his release clause activates in January, right?
Yeah, but I don't see City. I don't even see City buying him, to be honest. I know what we're like. We won't buy him. We'll buy someone else. We'll probably buy that Vlahovic. We'll probably
Vlahovic, Serbian guy.
I don't think we'll get Haaland. I know what City are like. I'd be very, very, very surprised if we got him. I hope we do, because I think it's been a while since City have gone out and bought a player that every single person wants. You know what I mean? We did it with Aguero.
I'm pretty sure most people wanted Grealish.
Yeah, Grealish. But Grealish is like, he's like, City do like buying like English stars. We do. Like we got Kyle Walker, who like at the time was like one of them that everyone wanted. We wanted Maguire. We wanted like quite a few.
You dodged a bullet on that one. Fuck me.
I don't know why. It's like Pep's trying to start an England team. We've got a lot of English players, you know. Even if we get Haaland, he's like English technically. Do you know what I mean? Like,
well, but not really.
Not
Leeds,
really.
But that's like the extent of it.
Yeah, born here, but didn't play it. You know what people were saying when he went out of the World Cup yesterday? Oh, he should have picked England. I'm like, for what? So we can go along for the hotel ride. What the hell?
England, like, don't get me wrong, Norway's not going to win anything, but England ain't winning anything either.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. It's not like if he was Italian or he was born in Italy, then I'd understand. Because they'd like, yeah, you literally could have won a Euros. You literally could have won, potentially a World Cup. But when you're English, it's like you could have won absolutely nothing playing for England.
I fucking wish he was Danish and not Norwegian. He could actually finish all the chances for him.
Yeah, Danish would be better.
Yeah, 100%. We needed a striker that could finish. That was our problem at the Euros.
This is a question from which is a bigger club had a bigger impact on football, Ajax or Barcelona? I didn't really see the great Ajax team because obviously that was years ago and I weren't born then. But like,
no, it's Ajax because Barcelona's philosophy is a product of Ajax.
A product of Ajax and Johan Cruyff and everything. So you probably have to say Ajax.
Yeah, the whole thing is based off Cruyff.
Yeah, so I'd probably say even though we didn't get to see Ajax at that time.
What I would say is, what I would say is Cruyff started it and then took it to Barcelona, and it was continued
by Pep.
Maybe developed a bit, but that's.
But Barca it's almost like a different branch of the Ajax philosophy.
Yeah, because if you speak to Pep, he always says everything that I know is from Cruyff. Like he says that, so it's not like he's saying. Like even today, I think I saw an interview and they asked Pep, like, "Are you a genius?" And he said, "Well, when I win, they say so. When I don't win, they don't." But he says he's not a genius; he just works hard. He said he tries to be the first one there and the last one out. So he says, "I just work hard,"
Yeah, probably just
a lot
of discipline.
Work hard, so
probably a lot of discipline and just there is definitely an aspect of intelligence in there to be able to just see patterns in games and make the changes.
Oh yeah, I think he's a genius, not based on the fact that I'm saying he's the best ever. I just think his attention to detail and the way he is, it's like you will see City 4-0 up and Pep screaming at the players on the sideline, and it's like
he's probably really, really OCD.
Yeah, he wants perfection all the time, and that's his downfall as well. Because he overthinks because of that. If Pep was just an average manager, he would just play the same team every week and hope for the best, which a lot of managers do. Do you know what I mean? But he doesn't do that. He proper almost overthinks because he's a genius. Do you know what I mean? It's like they say like a lot of you can't be a genius without being autistic because your brain, to be a genius, your brain has to function differently. You can't have like just an average brain and be a genius. It doesn't work. So they say that you're always on the spectrum if if you're a genius, and like if Pep's brain worked the way as every other manager, he wouldn't have the success that he has. So it's like sometimes you have to take sort of the good times, which is when he gets it spot on and we completely annihilate a team, and then the bad times where he gets it completely wrong. And
Champions League final, for example.
Yeah, like the Champions League final. But would I swap that one game for the past 5-6 years? No, I wouldn't.
No, you wouldn't.
Because it's just been continuous. Like, success, I don't know if we're going to win the league this year, but it's not a case of, like United fans are saying, where we've got no chance. Like, do you know what I mean? There's always a chance. Yeah. So, yeah, Pep.
There is a chance, but like, you don't have the best chance because of your lack of a striker.
Yeah,
I do think if they're still.
That's more. Pep doesn't deal with that side of things. Like they went all out for Kane, stupidly, and I could have told them from day one they weren't getting Kane, but they went for Kane. But it's not. If we didn't try and get a striker, then I would agree with you. But they tried to get a striker and it didn't work.
No, but we're not talking about what they want to do. I'm just thinking realistically. Like I just think Chelsea's depth and their team.
But I think that if
and the fact that they don't have big gaps in their team right now, they have a problem in the creative sense up front. But even then, they're still scoring goals.
I just think with City,
all three have got issues at the moment, though. Yeah. Liverpool have got issues at the moment. I think City have got issues at the moment, and Chelsea. So
I think if City,
it depends who's.
I think Chelsea has the least problems. Let's put it that way.
I think if City are close to Chelsea by the January transfer window, like in and around there, and City get. I'm not even talking like a world class striker. I'm talking like a Haaland. I'm talking just a good, competent striker. I think City win the league. Then I can't lie.
Do you know what it is? You know what it is?
There's no weakness there in their team. Then
I'm not even saying we're going to win the league. I'm just saying the fact that we've played some like of the hardest games already. Like we played Liverpool away, we played Chelsea away. If we win our home games, which is what you're expected to do, and we match Chelsea for the rest of the season, then we would be on the same points. So we would have to perform worse than Chelsea throughout the season.
But then you're a weird team when your away form seems to be better than your home form for some reason.
Yeah, but it depends though, because we say that, but that's only really recent. Because Liverpool, we got a better record at home. Chelsea got a better record at home. United is the only place where we're better away. Most of the big teams, we are better at our place.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's more.
This is a good question, actually. Linking into City.
Definitely better at home.
Just before that question, someone asked me about my nationality, and I am Danish.
Yeah. I think who asked that question?
Danny Almeida.
Yeah, he's Danish. So Z asks, Jan, question for you: if you have a choice this season, would you take winning the Champions League over the Premier and FA Cup?
This year, I would take the Champions League because we just need to get it out of the way. But I do love the Prem, man. I think the Prem is just I don't know.
I get what you mean. I still think the Champions League's the biggest one to win.
Yeah, it'd be hard to turn down the Prem, but yeah, I'd love. I've always said when we win the Champions League, I want to be champions of England at the same time.
Yeah.
I mean, I've always said that because, you know, if we win the Champions League this year and Chelsea win the Premier League, Chelsea are the best team in England. That's it. Do you know what I mean?
It depends, to be honest. If you were to miss out by a point or something,
I know what you mean.
It's a bit different. It's like what we did when we won the Champions League.
But you know what it is, Ryan? Even if they miss out by 1 point, the history books are not going to say that. It's just
they'll be the best team in England. I think the team that wins always. But I get what Ryan means. If it's very, very close, like they won on goal difference or something like that, and then we went and won the Champions League, you'd probably argue that the better team would be City. But they're still the best team in England if they win the league. It's just the way it is, do you know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't know. I think I've always said I want to win it together. I wouldn't want to just win the Champions League on its own. But I think just because we need it, they just need to get it out of the way. I think once City win it, I don't think we'll be waiting a long time
I agree.
for our second. I do feel like once we master it, I think City, that we tend to, once we've won something once, we tend to be all right in that competition. So it's just getting over that first hurdle. Once we're over the first hurdle.
I mean, yeah, realistically, though, you wouldn't want to be in the same category as Arsenal. So it's probably a Champions League, innit?
Yeah. Like this season, we definitely need to win the Champions League. I think, like Foden was saying the other day, he did an interview with Jack Grealish. I don't know if anyone saw it, but they were like answering fan questions, and they said, you know, I think someone asked, like, what do you want to win? And he was basically saying that the big one is the Champions League that everyone wants to win. But
the Champions League is most clout internationally anyway.
Yeah,
so like,
and it's just,
most people abroad don't care about the Premier League. Okay,
it's like Barcelona fans in Spain aren't going to care who wins the Premier League.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I think, you know what it is with the Champions League as well? It's like, it depends on your club. Because if you came in at, I don't know, Chelsea. So say Chelsea's signings last season, they've won the Champions League. So now it's the Premier League that they would want. I'm not saying they would turn down back-to-back Champions Leagues. Of course they wouldn't. But if you probably said to Reece James now, what do you want to win this season? He's probably going to say the Prem because he's just.
I don't know. I think it's a tougher question than what you might think.
Like
actually.
Sometimes some people just want to tick boxes. Other people want to break records. So, for example, some of them might be like, "Oh, we want to keep going for the Champions League to break Madrid's record."
Winning back,
and others are like, "Yeah, I just want to win everything, so I don't care which."
Yeah, it depends, I suppose. But like a lot of our players, like that's what they're missing from their. Even Foden's like quite a young guy, and he's missing the Champions League. He's not going to win the World Cup with England, if we're being honest. So he's missing the Champions League.
Yeah.
He's won the FA Cup, he's won the League Cup, he's won the Prem. It's on the Community Shield. He just needs that. So
He
people
might need to get a false French passport, you know. That's what he might need to do.
Oh my god! Imagine if he had a French passport, he'd be laughing. It's peak though, because it's like someone was saying before. You know, when you talk about when people compare players, and it's like people compare like Haaland with like Mbappe. Like Mbappe has the same chance of winning a World Cup as Haaland. It's like they're not close. Like
That's not fair. It actually
France
just
is
isn't
very,
fair.
very. I think people don't realize how good. If you look at the France team and you compare any other national team to them, not a lot of players get in. I don't think. Like if you said, okay, let's combine England and France, you know, I don't think
It's pretty damn French, if not completely French.
That's what I mean. So it's not, you know, it's not even like an Mbappe or Harry Kane kind of. You'd be arguing that. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah, but they got Benzema anyway, so it's like
Yeah,
they wouldn't get in.
Benzema-
That.
I actually think Haaland's better than Mbappe, you know.
I do as well.
Yeah,
I actually think he
you know
is.
what it is with Haaland though? It's like when you compare the teams, it makes more sense. Do you know? And even then, PSG are the best team in France. Dortmund are not the best team in Germany. So it is a little bit. I think Haaland probably.
It's not even that. It's just when I watch him, I think Mbappe is overrated. I can't lie.
So do I.
I really do. I think he's overrated. I think Haaland's better than him.
It's just a wee
footballer.
walk.
No, I do like Mbappe. I think Mbappe's nearly completed football already. You have to respect him for that, and he is very good. But I think, for me, Haaland, I just think he needs to move on to another club, and then we'll see what he can do. Do you know what I mean?
Actually,
Because
you know what?
he's gonna have the Dortmund tax and
the best move for Haaland is actually just like, I'm pretty sure I read something at the start of this summer that Lewandowski's looking to leave in the coming summer. That's the move for him.
I always said that. I've always
him.
said that. I think he could be the one to be the long-term replacement for Lewandowski.
Yeah,
because a lot of Dortmund players win everything Bayern as well.
Bayern has the structure; they have everything. He can win everything with Bayern.
And Bayern take a lot of Dortmund players, so I can see that happening.
Yeah, that's the move for him.
Imagine like Liverpool win the league and then you sell, like, you know what I mean? Like Liverpool win the league and that's fine, and then the next league, City win the league, and then you give us Salah. That's mad. You know what I mean? And then we win it the next season, and then you give us Trent. It's just mad. Like, imagine if that happened in the Prem.
I think if Salah's going anywhere, I think Salah's going abroad. I don't think he's going to another.
I don't think he goes to another Premier League team. I don't think Salah leaves anyway now because he's 30 now, I think. So
it all depends on the deal that he can strike up. I think you have to pay him what he's asking.
No, I think they have to pay him now.
When's his contract expiring?
I don't think it's the end of this season. I think it's the end of next season.
Is it? Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure it's not the end of this season. Yeah, I'll double check that actually, because I'm sure if it was, trust me, if it was the end of this season, the Liverpool fans would be panicking even more. I can't lie. I'm sure it's the end of next season.
Because if it's the end of this season, he could just go on a free agent around.
Exactly, but there's nothing about him talking to clubs in January, so I'm actually going to double check this. Oh yeah, Jan, there's a question for you there as well, by the way.
Brian, question for you. Best defensive performance under Pep. Ooh.
That's a very different question.
My memory is quite bad, but I'd say we defended very, very well in the second leg against PSG. I've never seen anything like it from our players, where they were just blocking everything. Zinchenko was like handling Mbappe, like it was just mad. Like I've not seen anything like that. So yeah, I'd probably say from short-term memory that PSG second leg at the Etihad, but my memory's not great. There might have even been
bruv, against us, man. You contained us like I've never seen anything like it before. You legitimately made it look like year 6s against year 11s.
Do you know what as well? There was another game where when we were going up for the league, that really good game between Liverpool and City.
Oh, the 2-1 Sane.
Yeah, Stones I think he comes off the line. Like that was a good defensive performance from us. So yeah,
I think both teams. I always say that game is the best game that I've seen between two sides in the Premier League.
Football, definitely.
I think it's the best game that's been seen in the Premier League in terms of how good both teams were on the day.
Yeah.
Because people might think, oh, it weren't like a 4-3 or anything, but both teams were so good going forward and so good defensively that day that it just came down to, it was such a tight game, and obviously City won in the end, but I couldn't really criticize our performance because it was good. It was good game of football. Really. Put it this way, both teams were so good that night that if any other team in the league that season had played them that night, they would have got pammed about 5-0.
Yeah.
That's how good both Liverpool and City were that night, and unfortunately for us, City just came out on top in it. But that was some game. In terms of tactically, that game was insane. Z also asked him, Ahmed, do you think Brendan Rodgers is the right replacement now to take you back to the top?
No, I don't think he could take us to the top. One, two. A lot of our players want to leave as long as Ollie stays here, and I think if you don't want a £90 million asset to just walk right out of the door, you need to cater to him, and the best way to cater to him is getting the best manager that's available right now, which is Zinedine Zidane. He can, if anything, he can win the Champions League with us. If and best case scenario, he can win every trophy with us. So is Brendan the right guy? I don't think so. I'm not going to take anything away from Brendan. He's not a bad manager. I think everyone who's trying to call him a butler, this, that, and the other, he realistically didn't. You were one Gerrard slip away from a league title, and in many, many years. So
I still put a lot of that season down to just Suarez had a carry job, but
also your defense was horrible. But let's not.
Oh yeah, our defense was shocking, but I still put that season down a lot to just the Suarez carry job. Suarez was just, and you saw the effect him leaving on us. We finished 6th the next season. I just think it was a Suarez carry job. Don't get me wrong, Rodgers did really well that season in terms of building the team around Suarez correctly. He got that spot on. Yeah. But Suarez, that was a Suarez carry job. That's the reason we almost won the league. But in terms of Rodgers, obviously I've seen him at my club. I feel he's a very good coach. And I do rate him, but he's not good enough, in my opinion, to compete with Klopp, Pep, and Tuchel. He's not on that level, and I don't think he'll ever get to that level. I actually think he's probably reached his ceiling now.
Yeah, he's probably the level below them, man.
Yeah, I think he's probably reached his ceiling now. I don't think he can really do any better. Yeah. And I've said this earlier on. I actually think Graham Potter is a better coach than him. And people might disagree, but I actually think Graham Potter, he plays very good football, like Rodgers does. And I actually think he's less tactically naive than Rodgers. Rodgers can be very tactically naive at times, and that's displayed by how poor some of his teams have been defensively over the years.
Also, I think Leicester I think they bottled top 4 3 years in a row, and that can't run.
Yeah, in terms of that as well. But also, I just think in terms of tactically, I think Rodgers is quite naive. Whereas you look at Brighton under Potter, they're actually very good defensively. They got a very good defensive record, Brighton. They don't ship a lot of goals. So I actually think Graham Potter has a much higher ceiling than Brendan Rodgers, in my opinion.
It depends. Time will tell, innit?
Time will tell. Oh, yeah, time will tell, 100%.
But anyway, don't get me wrong. I'd take Rodgers over Ollie any fucking
day. Oh, yeah, of course, yeah.
But it's just, if appointing Rodgers now means that we can't appoint Zidane, then I'm not doing it.
Oh yeah, I'd be vexed.
I'd rather sack Ollie and have fucking Fletcher as interim if it means we get Zidane. Because Zidane's
it's being reported, isn't it, that he wouldn't come now. So that's what people are saying.
As long as the players know that Ollie's gonna go and he's gonna come in, I'm calm.
Yeah.
You know what? I actually think this whole Zidane thing, he doesn't want to come. Yeah, the Premier League might not be his first choice. He might be that keen in him, but all it is money. If you offer him enough money,
bruv, sometimes you just have to throw a big enough bag at them.
United you're talking about.
Exactly.
His head would be turned if you offered him enough money.
Exactly. Plus, he has a squad that consists of a lot of players that he's been interested in signing or has.
And he's already achieved success with Ronaldo, Varane, etc.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to take one look at Fred and McTominay and be like, I'm there. give me the flight details. I am over there tomorrow.
Yeah. Now you're taking liberties, Jan. Now
I just think you guys.
Realistically though, he's gonna look at Van de Beek. He's gonna look at Pogba, Varane, Sancho, Cristiano.
Martial.
He's gonna look at Martial. He's gonna look at De Gea. He's gonna have a look at fucking what's his face,
Greenwood.
Dalot, Greenwood.
Dalot, the shout Tellez. Yeah.
Yep. Like the players are there.
All of that.
They are there.
Play Scott McTominay and Fred in midfield as well.
He'd been
not a footballer.
To be honest, he'd
McTominay's not a footballer.
Imagine if you did that though. That would be like.
And Fred, by the way, people like to put those Fred and McTominay together in every conversation. Let's not do this. Fred is way better than McTominay.
He is. Fred's clear with McTominay. Fred's actually a good
100%.
player.
Fred is a good player. He's just dying because he has to babysit a guy next to him.
Yeah.
Like
plus, have you seen how Fred plays for Brazil? Fred is actually a good player. He's not a world beater or anything, but
this is the point I'm making to a lot of people. One of them is apparently a midfielder, but he plays centre back for his nation. So apparently he can even get into the Scottish midfield. The other one's keeping bare other midfielders out of the Brazil midfield. That tells you everything you need to know about them as on an individual level. And when you put them together, and when you have someone like McTominay, it's like playing with 10 men. That's what it is, playing with McTominay. People don't understand how fucking bad
Passion merchant.
He's worse, man. Like, fuck me. I'd rather.
Now, you know what it is with McTominay? Zidane will bin him instantly if he went to United.
100%.
If there's any person who knows what a good midfielder is, it's the best midfielder that's probably ever lived, Zidane. He knows what a good midfielder is, and he knows as soon as he sees McTominay, it's going to be peak.
Back to Scotland with you, mate.
He's starting McTominay every game. You what?
Yeah, this is the best midfielder of all time.
Listen, McTominay can't even get into the
You're going to see Zidane on the touchline with Scott McTominay saying, my guy, and you'll see it, and they'll be starting him and Fred.
Okay,
Man's
now
got
you're
from Bruce and
liberties.
Modric.
Now you're taking liberties again.
He didn't win the Champions League back to back to drop Scott McTominay.
I come back and Jan just chatting pure shit, you know. Jan just out here talking absolutely ludicrous. I don't know anything. Don't you know what me?
You know what? Yeah, shut the fuck up, right? Like I was saying,
you defend him in a voice say, "Shut the fuck up," and let me.
I said it would be funny if Zidane came in and kept them two in it. It would be funny. And
no, but Fred ain't, like we said, Fred ain't a bad player. Fred's a good player. McTominay's the shit, but like, Fred's a good player. He'd keep Fred because Fred's a very good squad player in my opinion.
Also, just to that comment, problem with Zidane is he can't speak English. Guess fucking what? Everyone else learned fucking French.
Yeah, Pochettino didn't speak English when he came.
I don't fucking care. Learn French or Spanish. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Right. Hey, Maguire, learn fucking. Maguire's gonna get binned anyway. I was about to say he's gonna learn French, but he's gonna get binned.
If you man got Zidane, it's gonna be a peak for a lot of your players at the club. I can't lie. Wan-Bissaka, oh my days.
Oh my days. You know what though? He might keep him on the bench, and when he has to contain someone like an Mbappe, he's like, you know what? Man mark this guy.
Yeah, that's true. He might do that.
Wan-Bissaka's shit, but he can do a job when it comes to man marking someone.
Yeah, he can, I guess. Moving on from that though, Mohammed asks, question at their best, who would you take on from Sane or Sane all day, man?
Sane, yep.
Yeah, it's not even close. Not even close, man.
Don't get me wrong, Sterling's not a bad player, but Sane is different gravy.
He's even on his day, he's not close to Leroy Sane.
Remember that season though when they both played really, really well, and Sane got Player of the Year, but it should have been Sterling. Sterling was very, very, very good that season. Sterling actually won it the season after, when I think Sane was it's like the wrong way round, I think. Because the season that Sane won it, he shouldn't have, and the season that Sterling won it, Sterling shouldn't have. It's weird.
Yeah, I don't know, to be honest. S. Paco has question, has Messi bottled his chance already for Ballon d'Or? Now, he'll probably still win it, you know.
The thing is with the Ballon d'Or is it's the year, and the thing is,
Messi's been terrible since he joined PSG. He can't be winning.
The thing is, like,
but the Copa America, they'll use that to give it him.
I think
but it's not enough, man.
If you're like, I don't know. Like, if you're looking at the year, like, I think someone was comparing all the stats and stuff, and like people are talking about he's not been that great for PSG, but then people are saying like Benzema, who didn't win. I think he won like a cup or something this season. So it's not
he won the Nations League.
Yeah, so I don't think it's I don't think I don't think that's enough really. If you're going off trophies, then that's the only argument against Messi. You could say that he didn't win La Liga. But I don't know. I don't think none of them won La Liga. Do you know what I mean? And then you've got Lewandowski, who I think should have just had it last year. I don't know why they cancelled it because that was his all day long last year.
Listen, this guy deserves it.
He does, but he should have got it last year. They should have given it him last year. There's no reason.
Won all 4 trophies.
I'm sorry.
Didn't he also break the fucking Gerd Muller's record?
Yeah, he did that as well. Yeah.
Nah, give it to this guy. I don't fucking care.
They won't though. Apparently, Messi's already won it.
Give it to this guy. I don't give a damn.
Nah, I think Messi will win it still.
He's already won it. Apparently.
So undeserved though. Like, he didn't win anything with Barca.
People talk about the trophies and say Jorginho. There was a time when Bernardo Silva won the Premier League, the FA Cup, the League Cup, the Community Shield, and the Nations League, and didn't even get nominated. So it doesn't go off trophies because he won.
But no one cares about English trophies.
No, I know, but I'm saying if it goes off trophies, he would win because that means you would only be counting.
No, Jan, shut the fuck up. Joking. Go on, carry on. I'm running bants. My apologies, people.
Don't even come on here chatting your shit. Why are you telling Ahmed to shut the fuck up?
You're still chatting shit.
Why
are you chatting shit?
Don't tell your guests to shut the fuck up. You weren't talking to me.
For one, like that. For one.
What would happen? So keep
for
quiet.
one, see how she paused then and quieted down. She knows for one, Ahmed's not a guest here. You know what I'm saying? He's a resident of Sarcasm City, number 1. And number 2, yeah, shut the fuck up, yeah. But my apologies, people. These 3 have been holding it down. I've been trying to issues. Yeah, I did. Go on, carry on.
Someone had a comment for you if you scroll up.
Go on, what was it? Get to it.
I'll read it. 1 second, let me see.
Yeah, go on. I know it's a dickhead comment because you never want to read anything good. So I know what it is. Go on.
1 minute. I can't find it. It's from the guy from Trini.
Oh man, like Kenton. Large up my guy Kenton.
I can't find it.
Oh, right, you knew it was Kenton.
Yeah, Kenton, that's my Trinidadian done in that. You know what I'm saying?
He said, where is it?
Oh, this comment.
Yeah.
Yo, to big up the gang tapping in from Trinidad, where flawless. I tell him bring Ollie outside. I want to skate tackle him. I hear you, man, Kenton. We ain't got too much longer.
I'll join in on that.
We ain't got too much longer, man. But larger my guy Kenton.
Obviously, type to Ollie, you know, that was so sad the other day when Ollie, like when they were shouting abuse at Ollie, and he said, "Let me just answer this first." I thought, oh my god, I feel sorry for him. But then someone told me that like he helped get some footballer off some serious charges.
Yep.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
Listen, Ollie is one dodgy fucker. Like he is fucking dodgy. Like everyone who has sympathy for this guy, just look into like
Twitter.
I've heard about this. Yeah.
Just read it, and you'll instantly realize that this guy is not a good guy. It's just
that's mad. That story though. That story is mad. He's disappeared off the face of the earth. That guy.
Yeah, you won't get into that still, but yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. This is a good question though. Question: who's your favorite player in the history of your club that most of the fan base didn't rate?
Ooh,
that's a good question, you know.
Ooh, that's a goodie. That
is
a goodie.
It's gotta be Jemba. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Jan should go with Gabriel Jesus. To be honest, I can't.
Nah, man, all fans love him. 1 minute.
Yeah, he said other fan bases. Almost
the
fan base.
The fan base. People like that. Your fans don't rate. Like, I don't know. Like
Flawless fan James, isn't it?
Yours might be Bebe because I know you were Bebe's biggest fan. You know his Facebook name used to be at Flawless Bebe. I can't believe he used to be called that.
Anyways, this is gonna sound like a wild one, but I don't think he gets nowhere near the respect he deserves, considering he's the 3rd highest goal scorer in the Premier League with no penalties. Andy Cole. Our fan base don't talk about him like they should. To me, it's Andy Cole.
Bro, that's IC3 tax. You already know.
They rate him, but I don't think they rate him as highly as they should. He's the 3rd highest goal scorer in the Premier League.
So should this question be something like favorite player in the history of your club that is underrated by most of your fan base?
Yeah, favorite.
Yeah.
But he said favorite. He said favorite player in the history of my club, and Andy Cole, one of my favorite players. Like people don't talk about Andy Cole as they talk about other United great strikers, like your Cantonas, your Van Nistelrooys, Van Persie. He kind of like he'll get a mention, but he'll never be first in the conversation. And he was cold. Even at Newcastle, he was cold. Go look at his goal return. Like, man almost got. There's one season, man almost scored 40 goals in a season or something crazy like that. Like, if you check his numbers was incredible. Like before York, and then even when York got here, and then obviously they did what they did and scored that famous goal in the new camp. Like for me, I'd say Cole. That's what I'm saying.
That's a good shout, Flawless.
I don't really know, because a lot of our players, like people just even. I don't want to say, because one of my favorite players has been Alano, but everyone kind of rated him, so it's not that no one rated him. I'd say the only player that I've really liked that our fans don't really like is probably Sterling now, because he gets a lot of stick and he's not as bad as they make out. Like I remember having not an argument about football, because some guy was going, Sterling been shit, and I said, but De Bruyne has been shit this season. Like De Bruyne had been worse than Sterling, but because De Bruyne has got receipts apparently, even though Sterling's got them as well, they don't mind. But I think Sterling has won us the league. You know, most players that win your team the league are like fan favourites. Sterling's won us the league more than once, and he just kind of goes under the radar. So probably him right now. In terms of old players, I don't know. I used to like.
I'm just thinking, for me, I'm just thinking most of our fan base is tapped, so they don't rate Pogba, which is crazy. But I'd say and Cole's a shout, man. I'd go with Cole.
Me, I'd probably, in terms of a player in our favorite player in our history.
100%. You're 110% saying Jordan Henderson. 110%. Let's go.
No. This is working the other way. I'm going to say Xabi Alonso.
Ooh, that's a shout.
But maybe your fans love him, don't they?
They don't rate him as highly as I think they should do. I've heard fans say they probably. I think a lot of our top red fan base would probably pick Jordan Henderson above him. I can't lie. I'm not even lying. I'm not even being funny about that.
Chickens, them man, they're tapped as well.
I'm not even being funny about that. Like, I just don't think Xabi Alonso gets the ratings he probably deserves, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I'd probably say him.
Who is another player that City fans don't rate, but I actually didn't mind. I quite like Clichy when he was at City.
Clichy is good left back.
I don't like Clichy. Like they're just a bit like meh. Like they loved like Kolarov in it. So I think because Kolarov was kind of like,
he had a good free kick on him, to be fair. Can't lie.
Yeah,
I don't know. I did like Clichy. I used to like, when I was younger, all of the players that no one else rated. So like one of my favorite players was Gelson Fernandez.
Jesus.
No one even knows who Gelson Fernandez is, but apparently he's playing football still the other day. He's Swiss, in it, and he's playing for Switzerland up until recently. I was like, this guy, man, he's been around my whole life. I loved Gelson Fernandez.
I've been around that long, 60 years, mad. What
Shut
were
up.
you
You know what, right? You know what's interesting about him? You know Nani from United? They grew up together and they were friends.
That's crazy.
Like they grew up
best friends, football friends,
Portuguese football friends. Oh, friends.
One of them Swiss.
They're not even Portuguese.
You know, Kolarov still plays for Inter, right?
Kolarov.
He's still an active footballer. He plays for Inter. Right?
Oh yeah, Kolarov, yeah.
Yeah.
The Dzeko was
Dzeko's a big one.
You know what? Dzeko was someone that I didn't rate as high as I should have.
Because you're weird, that's why.
No, and it's not because I didn't rate him. He just used to frustrate the life out of me.
Dzeko's a baller.
Yeah, he was a baller, but he used to frustrate the life out of me at the same time. Because that guy, like, you know what? He was sometimes so late into the box that he was on time, if that makes sense. So in game play.
Wait, what? What? Say that again.
You know, like now, yeah?
That don't make any sense.
You know we need Dzeko now, right? Say, for example, you know when someone puts a cross into the box and everyone misses it?
Yeah.
He was there to put it in.
Yeah, so that's timing of the run then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
give him his credit. Stop trying to hate on him. Yeah, that's the reason.
Stop trying to hate on Dzeko agenda, man.
Yeah, serious, man. What you got against Eden?
I actually like Jekko, but I didn't like.
Do my Eden.
I didn't appreciate him as much as I should have done. I should say it that way.
Yeah, you don't appreciate ballers, innit?
But I didn't appreciate him as much as I should have done. You wouldn't have. If he was playing now, you'd be going, "Oh, where's his Champions League on the table?" And chatting on. Like you were rating him and bigging him up.
No, I've always rated Edin Dzeko. I always rated Edin Dzeko still.
You know what I like about that, Vian? That is phenomenal impression of Ryan, and that's exactly what he would have said as well.
He would have said it. He would have been like, yeah, Firmino's clear. He's shit. You know, all of that shit. You know what I liked about Dzeko? He used to tear apart Spurs, man. Oh my god.
Edin Dzeko's the second best striker your club's ever had. I'm just saying.
Yeah, he is. He actually is. He's
Edin Dzeko's the second best striker your club's had.
Jovetic.
Yeah.
He didn't do that great at your club though.
No, he. I don't know what happened with him. Really.
Did he like that Balkan striker?
They all had some issues because we had that with a few of our players. But you know what? Negredo was sick. Like, I don't know what happened to
that one half a season that was sick, yeah.
Yeah, and then he scored pure goals and then he got an injury and just fell off a cliff. I don't even know what happened to him after that. Like, I'm not saying I don't know what happened to him because he's still playing today, but he, like, literally, after that injury, it was one of the worst declines I've seen. It was mad. And then we had to get rid of him. But I love that Beauty and the Beast that season. That was a great, great season, that. So, yeah.
You know another player that I'd say from Liverpool for this question is
Sean Goater. To be fair to Sean Goater, we weren't very good. He was good, but we weren't very good. I think he was too good for us, to be honest, if I'm being honest back then.
Sean Goater, you know.
He used to love playing against Man United, man. That was the good old days. Yeah.
Right, we don't need to go down memory lane.
I say
spinning Gary Neville. As far as Gary Neville,
Hey, Gary Neville will tell him put his Premier Leagues on the table and that. You know what I'm saying? That's all we're going to say about that.
You little prick.
Put your winners' medals on the table, mate.
You know what? Nastasic, yeah, he was crying when we lost that final to Wigan. I think it was the Wigan one. Yeah, the Wigan one. Oh my God, he was crying his eyes out, bless him.
Oh, when you let Ben Watson score a winner against you.
Oh, Joe Hart tax.
Yeah, I hated Joe Hart.
Don't get me started on Joe Hart.
I never rated Joe Hart. He was a rubbish.
You know what? It's not even about Joe Hart because Joe Hart had some great games for us.
I don't care. He was rubbish.
Final, Costel Pantilimon, right?
Joe Hart was crap.
Pantilimon, right? Yeah, he played every single game. I don't think he conceded.
Wasn't he the 7-foot goalkeeper?
Yeah. You know what happened? You know what it was with Joe Hart, to go back to it? It wasn't that he was that bad. It's just that he was the most overrated goalkeeper at one point. Like, people were talking about him being the best in the world, and that was the problem. That was the problem. And it's like, yo, now he can't even get in Burnley's team. Like, come on, man.
You know what it is with him, though? Like, that game pissed me off because Costel Pantilimon had played the whole competition because it's FA Cup, second goalkeeper, whatever. He played every single game. He was, I think he either only conceded a handful of goals or he hadn't conceded any. It was something mad like that. Got to the final. Joe Hart spat his dummy out. He played Joe Hart, and we got beat late on in the game by a shot that if Joe Hart was a little bit taller, he would have saved.
And Dan wanted to bottle him over the head there.
Yeah. So outside, mate.
From the seat in stands, innit?
I'm not going to talk about Joe Hart because City fans hated me for it. When Joe Hart played for City, like they were like, "You have a Joe Hart agenda." So I'm not going to say much about Joe Hart, but that pissed me off because if you're going to play over someone else, make sure you do what you need to do, and he didn't.
Because she's still bitter about it.
That really annoyed me. And then the game finished. Yeah, City was shit that day. The only person that tried was Edin Dzeko when he came on. Yaya
Toure, innit?
Yaya Toure.
My baller. That's my baller, Edin Dzeko, innit?
Right, if he was playing, you know what's funny is if he was playing now, Ryan would be like, "Yeah, Fabinho was clear." You know what I'm saying?
I know. Shit. What did he do against?
I would try it still.
Van Dijk?
No, but I love Edin
Oh,
Dzeko.
What did he do against Van Dijk? 100%. That's all the shit you would have been saying. 100%. Yo. Oh, he got pocketed. 100%.
I love Edin Dzeko though. He's sick. He's
You
like,
don't. You had an agenda against him. Oh, he was too late to come into the box, but he'd score. Like,
no, you don't get it anyway. I was saying sometimes he's
you're
so
right. I don't get it. I'll give you too late in the box if you score.
So when everyone runs into the box, yeah, sometimes he wouldn't be there. So 9 times out of 10, the ball would just go out. But then the odd time, he would get there on time. But it was not all the time. That's what I meant. But yeah, I think, no, Sinclair, let's not talk about Sinclair.
Scott Sinclair. Oh,
Scott Sinclair.
Him and Rodwell were the 2 worst signings I think we've ever made. Rodwell was terrible.
Oh, Jack
my
Rodwell,
God.
man.
Yeah, like
You know
I
about
can't describe
Sunderland?
it to her. He used to frustrate me, and I'm not saying he frustrated me every game because he was very, very good for us, Dzeko. I can't. He won us the league in 2012.
Yeah, she don't like him,
People forget that header that he scored. That is the only City goal that I didn't celebrate until VAR came in, and I started like.
When Edin Dzeko was playing shit at the Etihad floor, she'd be like, "Are you still playing shit, Dzeko?"
They turned.
So funny.
Like,
I don't speak to you like that. I'm not speaking to my darling City players like that. You man.
look at her darling City players. See that?
Yeah.
So you notice when,
I mean,
when she uses darling
You
to
were
us,
saying
you know
all
it's
this
like,
about Mahrez last season.
wait. You know when she uses the word darling to us, you know what time it is. You know what I'm saying? And you know what time it is when she uses the word darling to us. You know what I'm saying? She being sarcastic. She not there me. We ain't her real darlings. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Carry on in it.
Yeah.
Sorry. You're a bunch of bricks.
Mohammed says we are going to close out the show shortly, people, because we do have the NBA watching on
Mohammed in
coming
the
up.
comments,
Fernando.
Yeah. Poor Mohammed, man. I feel for him, man. You know what
I
I'm saying?
feel
That must
for him
ring in his
too,
ears.
yeah.
I feel for him too. Mohammed in the, can I
What?
just say, Mohammed in the comments?
Can I just say, Mohammed in the comments, yeah? You clearly don't know anything about
You
City,
know,
yeah?
And Mohammed Yusuf, that's not you. Wait. Before we get on this, Mohammed Yusuf, that's not you. But I can see is that.
It's a different one, I think.
Yeah, it's a different Mohammed because is that Sane in his picture? Who's in his picture?
Yeah, it's Sane. It's Sane.
Leroy
You're a City
Sané,
fan. The Mohammed
packing
we're
Arsenal,
talking.
yeah.
Yeah, the Mohammed we're talking about is a United fan. But yeah, he says, what memories mean more for fans? Winning trophies in terms of lifting the trophies, not games leading up to winning the trophy, or the big historic games your club win? Winning trophies.
Trophy.
Historic games are all well and good. Like, there'll be
A
certain
lot
games
of
that you
historic
remember.
games lead to trophies.
Like a historic game for us, unfortunately, when the year that City won the league title, Scholes scored a late goal. I'll never forget that. When Scholes scored late at the Etihad, he scored the header, and I think they won the league that season. We still remember that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a historic moment. You feel me?
Yeah, there definitely is. I think when it leads to something, it's like the company goal that he scored against Leicester. That was a fantastic goal. But if we go and lose to Brighton, you're probably not going to remember it as much. Like you'll remember it as his last contribution to City in terms of the last goal that he scored, but it wouldn't be remembered how it is now, where City fans are like, that was mad because that led us to winning the league.
But it's like us with the Liverpool-Barcelona game. They led us on to win the Champions League. So it meant something like that. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you know what? Yeah, we pammed Southampton 9-0 last season. I couldn't tell you who scored. Like I'd have a hard time telling you who scored, but I could recall the Champions League final.
That's what I mean.
Easy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely trophies. There's nothing worse than when you go to a final and you lose. That's why I'm glad I wasn't in Porto, because I think like that would have been, and I knew we were going to lose. That's why I didn't go. Yeah.
You would have bottled Pep over the head that night for what
I would have. You know what? I would have dragged Fernandinho out at half time. Fuck that, Pep. You ain't making no change. I am. Get him on. Oh, yeah. Jeez.
If Jan was seeing Pep's team talk at half time.
Imagine Jan on the touchline. That'd be fucking
Oh my
hilarious.
God. I went on Don Robbie that day and everyone in the comments was like, she's so negative. She's mentioned Fernandinho like 50 times. Was I not right though? He came on and we got 10 times better. Ridiculous.
Cool. Right.
I mean, you
I
never
think
look
I
like
watched that
scoring
stream.
after the damage had already been done, but yeah.
But I know, because I said that game, like I got that game spot on, I predicted a 1-0 and I said whoever scores first will win 1-0.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the chances of City being that team are slim. So I thought if we played the exact same team as we did against PSG, we'd have the chance of being the winning team, but we obviously didn't. So the minute I started lineup, you know what, it's hard because I actually said to Don Robbie when the lineup came on, I said, put money on Chelsea 1-0. I told him to do it and he didn't do it. But I said to put money on that.
What are you saying, family? What are you telling me?
Yo, boys, I was thinking, imagine the Champions League final, yeah, because Pep got it so badly wrong with his tactics. Imagine Pep explaining his tactics before the game in front of Jan City. Jan City will be going, "Are you still chatting shit? Are you still chatting shit?
There's no DM."
Oh, is that your darling Pep? All right, cool.
Yeah, because Pep was clearly chatting shit in terms of tactics before the game.
Don't hate.
Don't hate. Carry on, innit? Don't hate. Carry on. You're hating Pep got his tactics wrong that night.
Who's hating? Me and Pep have the same amount of Champions League in the last 6 years. Who's hating? No, last 10 years. It's cool. Who's hating?
Nah, you and Pep have got the same amount of Champions Leagues at Man City, innit?
You have the same amount of Champions League in Manchester, yeah. 100%.
Actually, Flawless's got more supports the team with more Champions Leagues in Manchester, so.
Yeah. Hey, let's go. Out here. How many I was going to put
Peter was here, he'd probably...
I'm the main one who can say put your Champions Leagues on the table. Like, I've got 6 of them, so it's cool.
Peter was here, that's exactly what he would say. Put your Champions League on the table.
That's exactly what he would say, that prick. But all right, we're going to close out the show, people. Don't forget, we're heading over to Twitch, though, for the Bucks versus the Lakers. Heading over to the Twitch for
the Lakers playing
versus the Lakers, people. Yeah, so that's going to be a good game. We'll also answer your sporting question. So it's very similar to this, but with the watch along on. Big up to these 3 absolutely outstanding individuals for holding it down whilst I was gone.
Even
and we'll go to Yanchester. Yeah, that's why I said all 3 outstanding individuals. And we'll go to Manchester City. Anything you want to add before we leave this stream?
Why are we leaving the stream?
You want to keep going?
No.
Right, then shut up and
come
say
on,
nice woman.
Don't tell me to shut up, you little prick. Don't tell me to shut up. Stay in your lane.
Shut up. Go on. Anything you want to add, Jan, before we leave the stream, though?
Mohammed asked you a question, you just ignored it. You see how it is?
What was it? Mohammed, get over to the Twitch and what's the play for? Yeah, Mohammed, get over to the obviously questions.
I have it in the comments,
yeah. But Jan, anything? I asked this girl this question 3 times now. Anything you want to add before we leave the stream?
No.
Okay, Ahmed, anything you want to add before we leave the stream?
Sub to Sarcasm City and follow me on Instagram at AhmedOMX. Also, probably maybe this week or next week, it's going to be Armpits FC and Pro Clubs, people.
This weekend.
And, of course, Saturday, Man United watch along. You can catch me there. You can catch Flawless there. Eddie, Sillyman.
Yep,
so, yeah.
Let's go. There you go. Ryan, anything you want to add before we leave?
No, it's been a good stream, man. Big up people who tuned in. Big up everyone in the comments. And big up all you guys, man. It's been a good one. Catch us on the NBA watch along as well. I'm going to put it on the TV, actually. I can't lie.
All right, yo, large up to everyone that's looked. Like I said again, big ups to these 3 outstanding individuals right here for holding it down. 3 outstanding individuals for holding it down while I was just sorting out some stuff. But we always be busy people. Yeah, man, 3 absolutely outstanding, excellent content creators who held it down. Without them, there would have been no Q&A. So I say this all the time, man. The Sarcasm City TV team is the Avengers, man. Man has the best circle around me, like without doubt, without question. You know what I'm saying? Without question. But love to everyone who's
Ryan be? That's the real question.
It'd be Ant-Man. But yeah, big up to everyone.
He's rubbish though.
Exactly.
Definitely Ant-Man. Yeah, Ant-Man. Fantastic hopefullers. Yeah, Ant-Man.
100%.
I still can't believe I wasted money watching that in the cinema.
I'd be like Groot or something, you know what I'm saying? But we move. But get over to the Twitch, people. We're going live on the Twitch right now. Get over to the Twitch. And this has been, and the Q&A will be back Sunday. So don't worry, we will be back Sunday. But this has been the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A midweek edition on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Thank you very much for tuning in.